Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making one of my favourite dishes, Marry Me Meatballs with Orzo. It's a delicious and easy recipe that's perfect for a weeknight dinner. Let's start by making the meatballs. I would normally mix up egg and breadcrumbs, but I was feeling a bit lazy today, so we'll skip that step. Here I've just rolled the mincemeat up into little balls with the palms of my hands. Next, I've just heated up the pan and poured a little bit of the sun-dried tomato oil from what we'll be using later. And then I've just placed the meatballs in so they can brown off while we chop up the rest of the ingredients. Once the meatballs are all in the pan, I then took a few shallots and diced them up into small bits ready to add into the pan. I'll speed up the video a bit so I don't bore you all day with me just chopping onions. But once I've done that, I'm then going to chop up some sun-dried tomatoes so then they can all be added into the pan together. I've now took the meatballs out of the pan and put them onto a plate to the side whilst we saute the rest of the vegetables. Here I add the shallots and the tomatoes. The sun-dried tomatoes are already in an oil, so that will help the mixture fry nicely in the pan together. Next, it's time to add some seasonings. So from the cupboard, I grabbed some oregano, some thyme and paprika and just added the amounts by eye. However, if you are more prepared than me and you'd like to use measurements, I'd use 1 to 1.5 teaspoons. Now, I'm just going to give the ingredients a bit of a mix around in the pan to all saute together before I add the orzo. I probably should have done this disclaimer at the start. However, I do normally use scales, but I wasn't cooking in my kitchen, so I had to pour the orzo by eye. However, I would normally do around 80 grams per person for reference. Once the pasta's all added, I just give it a little mix around so it can all toast together before adding the next ingredients. And adding some more orzo apparently because it didn't look like enough. The next step, and one I have actually measured, is I added around 250 ml of chicken stock. This will allow the pasta to cook. This will help form some of our sauce for the pasta. I'm now going to add some reduced fat cream cheese and stir that in. Next, I'm going to chuck in a few handfuls of spinach to add a little bit of nutrients to the dinner, and then just let that wilter down into the pasta and the sauce. Once everything was added, I left this for around 10 to 15 minutes, occasionally stirring until it looks like this. I hope you enjoyed cooking along with me today. If you have any recipe requests or would like to see some more content like this, then please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Goodbye!